many years ago, we won't count how many, when we first met, you were a muggle. And by muggle, I don't mean anything bad or offensive. All I mean is a muggle means the one who doesn't know about spiritual reality or is not interested in it, right? So many people have their physical reality around them, but they're not really interested in spiritual things. So you were that muggle a long time ago. And what happened when first time I introduced science in your life? And actually, I do remember that I was just sharing my own science. I didn't even try to sway you in any shape or form, right? I didn't make you believe in science or anything like that. But so how did it start for you with the divine guidance science?
First, thank you for having me. And yes, as far as the signs go, I was watching you day in and day out, and you weren't forcing it on me. You weren't trying to get me to believe what you believe. You just wanted to show me. And I saw you, even something so simple as a bird coming by, it meant something to you. It spoke to you. You would come and you had to show me. Or an alarm would go off and you're like, oh my gosh, that's a sign. Or we would see certain numbers and you're like, look at these numbers. These numbers mean something. This is a sign. And I was like, I want these signs. And finally, I started asking for signs. But I asked for them to come to me easily because I wasn't getting them. They were in front of me, and there was probably a million of them. And my example of this, I will share in just a moment. I wanted them so bad. I wanted to know. I wanted to know that I was on the right path. So I just asked. I don't know who I was asking at the time because I was not quite understanding what the knowledge that you had, but I wanted it. I wanted a touch of that. So I just asked the universe, my angels, and I just said, please help give me signs and make them clear so that I know. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful whenever you open your heart and your mind and you're willing and ready to accept. And that's what you have to do. You have to be intentional about what you really want. And if you really want signs or you think they're not coming to you easily, you have to ask for it to be easy.
It's nice for you to talk like this right now, right? But we also know that you have resisted for some time. So tell us a little bit about that. This is so perfect because you finally figured out what you needed to do to open up to the science. And that's what you were sharing with everybody. But you did resist. So when was the point or what kind of point it was when you suddenly started seeing signs? Because I know you get floods now. You get
Right.
flooded with signs, no problem anymore. But it was a problem before. So where was that point of transition?
I think it was very early on, but I wanted them so bad, but I was trying way too hard because I wanted them, but I didn't really even know what to look for. And I was trying way too hard. So I would see a pin and I was like, what is this pin? This pin has to mean something. What is this? Or a sticky note. And I was like, oh no, it's a sticky note. What does this mean? But whenever you just relax and really listen to your inner voice, and that's what I had to do, was just relax and stop forcing it, because pretty much anything that you force is going to turn yucky. So if you just let it flow naturally, it will come to you as long as you have an open heart and an open mind.
Speaking from experience, right? These are not
Yeah.
just words. This is a real life experience. Thank you. And the whole importance of divine guidance science in your life. Would you right now, because you know and you've used divine guidance and you practice it and implement it for so many years by now, right? Would you, if I would say, okay, stop having it and just no divine guidance anymore, what would you say?
You can't take it away. It's like learning to ride a bike. You couldn't tell me to stop knowing how,
Right.
because once you know, and once you know what to look for, you can't stop it. Like you're there. And sure, we all go through times where we may not be on this level, we may be here, but it's okay because this is just as beautiful as up here. So even if you go through a hard time, remember to stay true to yourself, and you'll get out of it. It's okay. And love every single moment and every single breath that you get, and pay attention to your signs, because usually whenever you do slip on the downhill slope, that's whenever you get the biggest signs. But sometimes your mind is so closed. So you have to remember to ask for your mind to be open and to open your heart.